We're
Right
doing
on.
fan- we're doing fantastic, man. Thanks for joining us. This is our first Zoom interview, so thanks
Okay.
for, thanks for kicking that off.
I'm your guinea pig.
How have you been dealing with all this technology stuff when it comes to doing these interviews now, and in just the way that things have kind of rolled out with COVID-19?
Oh man, I am the king of Zoom. I got my Google Meets on. I got Insta Live. I got Facebook Live. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So just learning these different platforms. It's cool. Yeah, it's okay. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good, man. Thank you very much for making time. I guess, does it make like plugging an album actually easier with all the technology and being able to do it from home and talk about the kingdom this way and not have to gallivant all over God's green earth to make it happen?
It's a mixture. I mean, I do a lot of phoners anyway. I don't always get to go to every place I get interviewed, so I'm used to the phoners. But it's every day is different programs for either in America on radio, print, around the world. So there's a lot of people to talk to. A lot of people want to talk.
You know, as somebody who does a lot of interviews, I found that kind of doing this where we can see each other and see the reactions, it just makes it for, I think, a better interview. It's a little more personal because, just having somebody on the phone, it just is a very interesting way about doing things.
Right, right. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's FaceTime. It's amazing how we take things in our stride, isn't it? Like I'm talking, but it's easy because I can see you and I feel you by speaking with you, seeing you. And it reminds me when we're in the studio and like Pro Tools where you're recording 64 tracks of information and all different specialist things and EQs and effects. And then it crashes and someone's like, oh, computers, man. And you're like, damn, what can you hold? What's the idea you got? 4 chords and a wink, Anyway.
You've got the new album coming out July 17th. It's called The Kingdom. Are you proud, happy with the way this album has turned out this time around? Anything you would have changed at this point?
I would have live audiences to play to with it. That would be nice. But no, I'm really thrilled with the record and excited for people to hear it. It feels like, when September 11th happened, it was such a tragedy. And I remember bringing out Golden State, our record at the time. And even though there's some really helpful songs on there at that time, specifically a song called Out of This World, which we used to play on tour. But basically, that was the end of that record. It just sort of squashed everything. And what's strange about in this situation with this pandemic, Flowers on a Grave, and indeed the kingdom, the idea of the kingdom, just seem to fit well. People need a soundtrack. People need music to fall back to. And if they want anything new, this could be the record for them, and it's exciting to it's almost like not getting swallowed by the waves. It's like riding on the waves as opposed to getting swallowed by them.
I mean, and in times like this, music is even more powerful and healing and inspirational. So I can only imagine that it's probably got the wheels turning for you for writing new music too, even though you're just about to release this album.
Well, what's weird about that is that if you're creative all the time and you prefer a living, I think when you bring out a record like this honeymoon period where I'm talking about the record, it's okay to just like let the notebook slide, let the cobwebs gather, and just let every outside experiences come in. I have been using this time in quarantine to just learn and play better guitar, but I haven't unleashed it with my creativity yet. I've been doing more just playing other people's songs and getting used to that. Feeling that. So I'm always kind of working, but it hasn't been that situation of like, oh my God, a pandemic, I've got a record, like it's not really that like.
I was thinking about it, Gavin. Late February, Las Vegas. We were there for you performing 16 Stone at House of Blues, and that was the last concert that I had gone and checked out before this whole thing happened. And so I was wondering, was that the last show you performed? Did you do a couple shows after that? What was the?
No, that was it. That was it. And thank goodness. I always have this adage I live by of you're as good as the last show you played. And that was a real fun show, super electric, great atmosphere, great crowd. I mean, what's going to happen with me? I love going in the crowd. Have I got to wear a mask now? Have I got to come out in a hazmat suit? How am I going to crowd surf in a hazmat suit? I'm a big guy.
It's true. It's true.
I'm taller than people realize, I'm 6'1" and, tons of fun.
We were wondering, we wanted to ask this, especially why we had a chance to see you, how hard it is to be that handsome.
Next question. That's it.
One of the things that we had a chance to do during this is when you were at the radio contraband stuff and the happens, you performed acoustically a couple times. You and Chris would do some Bush acoustic songs, and I know you're anxious to get back there on stage and perform the new album Plugged In and give people a show. Have you kicked around maybe doing an acoustic show or doing some acoustic stuff, especially when this stuff is happening?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit of stuff. I've done it on Instagram Live. I guess you missed it, so please follow me after this.
I will.
You realize you missed out. And various. I did a show with Linda Perry for her series We Are Here, which is brilliant. HEAR. It's amazing. It's on YouTube, and so I did a song for that, and I've done a song for someone's actually birthday, and I also did some songs for my kids' school. Gala they're doing online, they have these like charities raise money for new gates and some stuff, and so I sang some songs for them. So my dining room is now a little TV studio, and so I'm available for hire, and that's where I work now.
But that's really cool. It's a cool way for musicians and to reach people and to help out for different various charities as well. I think a kind of situation that some musicians these days are well suited for, even in some respects, people recording albums, they'll record their pieces and send them to other members of bands and whatnot. I mean, very suited to be able to do those sort of things.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, we're in the last few weeks of this actual lockdown, so it will go back. But I mean, I don't know if I'm not running into a restaurant. I want to support local businesses and then maybe I get some curbside pickup action. But I don't know if I'm into that guinea pig role. First on the front lines of restaurants and stuff like that. Are you guys going to go out? Are you guys, the minute it's free, like going to a bar and just kind of that's it? You're in back.
We were talking about this because Idaho is actually one of the states that has kind of slowly but surely opened up. So we're in what's called phase 1 of the actual opening thing. So there are some retail stores that are open. There are some other businesses that maybe were closed during the initial.
You guys go? Have you been going? Have you been like, man, I got to go out. I got to find some people. I got to eat. I got to drink with people. Have you gone out?
No, we've pretty much stayed at home because it's still part of it. They want you to stay at home unless you have to go out for whatever reason. But, for me, I got small children. I've got, people that I want to make sure don't get this stuff. And so I'm like, right. I think I'll be at home until a little bit anyway, for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think you're the same as everyone. I think people generally will feel that, I mean, I definitely feel that. I got no way around it.
And I think that, us being very fortunate to be able to continue to work through this, that's another thing too, is here at work, they don't want you going out and doing a lot of that stuff because they want you to stay safe and healthy and kind of, keep your distance from people so we can continue to do our jobs.
Right. Well, thank you for doing your jobs because everyone needs music. So we love you out there doing your job.
Well, we love you, man. Thank you for making time for us during this whole thing. We certainly appreciate that. Flowers in the Grave, fantastic song. Looking forward to The Kingdom coming out on July 17th. Hopefully you're enjoying the time with the family and a little bit of downtime because I imagine once this thing does get opened up, it's going to be pretty crazy for you. So thank you.
Yeah, the funny thing is I do agree that the one thing I've been taking from it is that the back of my shoulders are starting to relax, decompressing. It's been since 1992 I've been traveling. So it's really weird to be in a situation where I got nothing on the books. I got no travel on the books whatsoever. It's crazy. So,
well, hopefully down the road, maybe next year sometime, we'll have some Gavin and some Bush here in Boise. It's been a bit.
Sure, love to. All right, thanks, brother.
All right, thanks.
Gavin. Take care of yourself, sir.
All right, thank you, guys. Bye.